Hello, everyone. Nice to see some of you on already. Hello, Mystic Road. I don't know what your real name is, but hello. Hello, Tani. Is that how you say your name? Watching from Australia. What time of the day is it in Australia then, Tani? Um, Hello, Marie. Happy Heart. Lovely to see you. Francesca, lovely to see you, Francesca. Hope you're all having a really good weekend. I am. It's warm here today, I have to say. Hello, Helen Marie. Kim, hello. Yes, you said it perfect. It's 1 a.m. here on a Sunday. Blimey. That is late. And you're from the USA, Mystic Road, Francesca. What time is it in the USA? Hello, Rhiannon. Hello, Shell. Is it Shell or is it Shellan? It's freezing. Oh, is it? 11 a.m. there. Oh, that's not too bad, Francesca. That's not too bad at all. Right, okay. I'm just going to explain how I work. So the way I work is clairaudiently, clairsentiently, and clairvoyantly. I see, hear, and feel spirit. I see them in my mind's eye. They give me images. They give me pictures. They talk. I can hear them. They give me dates, names. If I do come to you, if I could have your, yeses and nos. Yeses are great, but nos if I'm not right. What I'm doing though, I'm going to do mini readings. So I will give you 3 or 4 pieces of information to place the communicator, and then I will go to the message. I also do cards as well. So if I feel the need, I will. If I'm drawn to one of your names, I will pick a card, just one card, and we'll go from there. Okay, so it's actually Shelley. Okay, Shelley, I'll try and remember that while we're all on here. Right, okay, first of all, I am going to go to the spirit world. So if you just bear with me. Okay, so I've got a lady with me, and I feel as though this lady she's either mother or she's like a mother. Okay, this lady, she's got a beautiful personality. Um, she's not very tall. I want to say she's about between 5 foot and 5'4", something like that. She does like to look nice. I will say that. I do feel that she likes to take good care of herself. And she likes to wear a bit of makeup and have a bit of color on her lips as well. I want to say that she's a really sort of like bubbly lady, a really bubbly lady. And when I say bubbly lady, I feel as though she was she would chat. She was very, she loved to talk. It wasn't because she loved the sound of her own voice. It was just that she had so much to say. And she's making me feel very, very sort of hyper. So I feel that she was always on the go. Marie, you say it's your aunt. Were you close to your aunt, Marie? Because I do feel that this bond was really close. Helen, you say your mother-in-law. Bernie, your aunt was very chatty. Right, okay. What I also want to say about this lady, which is quite important, because a lot of you are saying that you can take it. She liked colour, okay? I feel that she really liked colour, and she wore bold colours. That's what I want to say about her as well. She wore bold colours. Sounds like your mum. Bernie, you were quite close to her. Okay, and also what I want to say about her as well is right, Don't tell me any more, Marie, please. I don't want to know anymore. Right, okay. And I also want to say she was a lady that would have liked music. So when I say she would have liked music, I want to say that she would have some form of music on, and she was also a lady that I feel as well. You know, she would sing along to music. Bernie Gear, can you understand that? Is that your mother? And did she like music? Because you can take everything that I've sort of said, and I feel quite drawn to you. Right, okay, I'm with you, Bernie. So I'm going to work with you. Is this your mother, Bernie? Everybody else, please keep listening, but I do feel drawn to Bernie. Okay, so your auntie, and you would have had a quite a close relationship with your auntie, Bernie. And I want to also say that you would have spent quite a lot of time with her as well, growing up. That's what I want to say. Um, she was someone that you really liked to spend time with, and I feel that she was this vibrant, she was always positive, never negative. She was always half a glass full rather than half a glass empty, is what I want to say. And she just brought joy into so many people's lives. She was funny. Yeah, she was funny. She really was funny. And it was just that whenever she was in a room, everyone was uplifted. That's what I want to say about her. Everyone was uplifted. And I want to say that it was never boring when you were with your auntie. Never boring whatsoever. She had so many tales to tell. And would you understand, Bernie? I want to say, would you understand that when she would have got ready, okay, when she would have got ready, because I do feel that she would have took time with herself to get ready, do you have a memory of sitting there watching her? Because I can just see you two together, and I can see you know like the dressing table where she would apply her whatever it was she wore, her face powder or foundation or her lipstick. And I also feel with her as well that she would also like to wear matching earrings and necklace. That's what I want to say about her. They didn't have to be expensive, okay, but I just feel that that's how she liked to look. Okay, so I don't know if you can understand that, Bernie, about her. Now, okay, so I'm being given the names. I'm being given the name Jane. Okay, I'm being given the name Melissa, and I'm also being given the name Alice. So I don't know if you can take that, Bernie, any of those names. I also want to give you the month of February, and I want to say towards the end of February, for an anniversary or a passing. I don't. February just came into my mind, so I'm gonna give them out to you. So you can take, lovely. You can take Melissa and Alice, lovely. Okay. What I want to say also before I go to her message, I want to say that your auntie had a lot of. She had your sister's passing, right? Thank you, Bernie. I want to say, Bernie, that you looked up to your auntie, and I want to say that your auntie had quite an influence on you. That's what I want to say. You learn a lot from your aunt, I want to say, but also I feel that you had a lot of her traits as well. I do feel that with you, okay? And she always told you that you were good enough exactly the way you were. You didn't have to be anything for anybody. You, as you were, was perfect. That's what I want to say, that's what she would have said to you. And she would say, go for the stars, go for your dreams, go for what you want, because you're only here once. Yes, we do move up, but she's saying you just have to make the most of it. Okay, right, I'm going to go to the reason why she's come through to see you, Bernie. Okay, let me see. She's giggling uncontrollably. So she's still, even though she's up there, she's still positive, and she's still bubbly. I can feel it within her. Okay, she's coming through today. She's come through firstly, so to say hello to you. Okay, just to say, how lovely it is she is able to communicate with you, to actually speak to you and tell you how she feels. Or, yeah. I don't know if you feel her around you, Bernie, but I do. She is around you. She's around you quite a lot. And as I said, she's coming through with a lot of love today. I want to say, Bernie, that you are someone who is, you are positive, okay? You are someone who will always look on the bright side of life. Your aunt is saying that, you don't suffer fools. You stick up for what you believe in. You stick up for what you believe in, and you are fiercely protective of your family and of those that you love, and she's saying that she's so very proud of you. She's so very proud of the woman that you have blossomed into, and also the things that you have done. And she's saying that I don't think you realize exactly how you touch people's lives, Bernie. She's saying that you don't give yourself enough credit. Okay, you don't give yourself enough credit. And what she's saying to you is that you need to give yourself more credit. Would you understand that? I feel that you give, and you're always there for people. You're always doing things. But she's saying that you don't give yourself enough credit. What you do is you go, oh, yeah, that was fine. No bother, no worries, But your aunt is saying to you, give yourself, sorry, I'm pointing my finger, give yourself more credit, because you don't realize, okay, what you do and how you make a difference and how you help. She says she loves the fact that you love music too, and that you carry on her tradition and you have music playing as well. She said she can hear that. Your house is always full of laughter, full of love, and full of joy. Okay. And yeah, she just really wants you to just give yourself the credit that you deserve. And also, Bernie, I don't know if you'll understand this, she's also saying, and let others give you that credit. Because I feel with you, she's saying that you'll just brush it off. Oh, that's fine. But she's saying, let that happen. All right. You do love music. Yeah, she's saying that you're like her. You love music. And I just want to leave her love with you, Bernie. Okay. Did she have? She's given me as a gift to give to you. She's given me what I could only describe as a trinket box. Okay. And when you open it, there's bits and pieces of, I'm not saying there it was expensive jewelry, but there's bits and pieces of jewelry. And it was something that she would have had, I feel, but she's given that to you. She's giving that over to you as well. And she's just giving you all her love, Bernie. Okay. So I'm going to leave her love with you. And I'm going to say thank you very much for working with me. She was a lovely lady. She really, really was a lovely lady. Okay, right. Let me see. Who have we got now? Right, okay. I have got a gentleman with me. This gentleman has literally come straight forward. Okay. This gentleman, I would say that he is, again, I would say he's father. I wouldn't say, I want to say he's father. And this gentleman, he's about 6'4". Okay. He's quite a tall man. He's well built, I would say, and he's got a little bit of a belly, shall we say, just a little bit of a belly. But he's got this enormous, great big grin on his face, this enormous, great big grin. Okay. And I feel that he was a gentleman. Again, he was a really positive man. He's dressed in trousers. He's got a shirt on. His shirt is turned up. So it's turned up at the sleeves. So it sort of comes to here. And I also feel with this gentleman that he would have loved his food. He would have really loved his food. Does anybody understand that with this gentleman that I've got? I also want to say about him that I'm not quite sure what he did for a job. I don't feel that it was a manual job. It definitely wasn't a manual job. Whether or not he worked in an office or he was a supervisor, I feel with him that he either had a group of men that worked for him, or he worked with a group of men, because I feel that this gentleman was a real team player. Now, Tammy, you say you can take this. Can you take it as father? And Shelley, you say, could it be Big Steve? Who's Big Steve? Is he your father? Or is he someone like that to you? And can you just, both of you, so you can take everything, Tammy, that I've said, right? Okay. What about you, Shelley? I just sort of want to know before I sort of decide where I'm going. And as I said, I'm just going to say about this gentleman. I'm just really waiting to see if Shelley posts another post. He was older than me, but like a brother. No, I don't feel that I'm with you, Shelley. I do feel, Tammy, I do feel that I'm with you. Okay, so I'm going to work with you if that's okay. Yeah, and we'll just go from there. And can you just confirm that he was your father, or he was like a father? I do feel he was father. That's what I'm getting, or he was someone that was really right. Okay, lovely. Right. Okay. So as we said, this gentleman, tall gentleman, lovely nature, dressed what I would just say normally, trousers and a shirt. That's the way he's presenting himself to me, but he would have his sleeves rolled up. He was an uncle who raised you, right? Okay, that's fine. And I want to say again that he was a team player. So whatever he did for a job, and I'm not going to make it up because he's not telling me, okay? He worked as a team. You know, that was very important to him, working as a team. And he would never do anything that he wouldn't ask anybody else to do. That's what I want to say about him. I do feel that he had quite a wicked sense of humour about him. I don't know if you can confirm that or not, Tammy. And I feel that he liked to have a laugh, and it wouldn't surprise me if right, okay, it wouldn't surprise me if he liked to tell a joke or two. Don't know if you can understand that, Tammy, but that's the way that it's resonating to me. And I also want to say to him that say to you that family were really important to him also, his family that he had around him, okay? And that includes you, all right? He was very protective of his family, and his main reason for working was working to provide for his family. And he was a man that I feel was very involved as well, Tammy. He was really involved with his family. And when I say involved, he's showing me that at meal times, you would all sit together and you would talk. And he was a gentleman he was really interested in what you had to say. He was really interested in what you had to say. And it wasn't just pretending, it really was. He liked you to have your own voice, and he liked you to, he wanted to know what was going on. And that was the good thing about him. That was the way with him. He was a lovely man. But he did like his food. I do have to say that he loved his food. Hello, Christine. Hello, Andrea. And I also want to say, would you say, Tammy, that he would have had a sweet tooth? Would you say that he would have had a sweet tooth? Because I do feel that he liked whether it was desserts, whether it was cakes, or whether it was sweets. I just feel that he had a sweet tooth. He loved other food as well, but he really had a sweet tooth. And I can see him after he was really well looked after. You all were with the food. And I can see him after a meal, he would sit himself down and it would be hands on the stomach. And it would be, it was like heaven for him. It was absolutely like heaven. Okay. And I do feel, Tammy, that he would have, he liked to spend time at home. I don't feel he was a man that would go out an enormous amount, but if he did go out, 9 times out of 10, it would be with family. I also want to say as well with him that what? Sorry, he's just okay. Would you understand, Tammy, that did he like to read the paper? I can see him sitting with a paper. And I just feel that he would have liked to have read the paper. And also, did he like watching the sport on the television? And I don't know, I can see him with his newspaper sort of circling things. I don't really know what that means. I don't know if you can understand that, Tammy, or not. Right, okay. Right. Okay, sorry, it's just okay, lovely. Yes, he did. Right. Thank you for that. Now, I'm going to give you the name. I'm going to give you a couple of names. So I've got the name George, and I've got the name Arthur, and I've got the name Brian. Okay. And I also want to give you the month of April, and I want to say towards the end of April for an anniversary or a passing. Okay. And I'm going to go to the reason why he's come through to see you this evening. Okay. He did the word searches. Right. That's what I'm seeing then. That's what I'm seeing. That's what he's showing me. Okay. So let me see. What does he have to say to you? So he's come through to see you today, Tammy, with a lot of love, but also he's come through with some strength for you. Okay, he's come through with some strength and a bit of oomph, if you can understand that. He feels at the moment that you need that little bit of extra support. Okay, little bit of extra support from him. Would you understand that you have been, I want to say that you have been quite busy recently, but I also want to say as well that you have been quite stressed. Would you understand that, Tammy? That you have had quite a lot on your mind. That's what I'm saying. And your uncle is round here, has wants to come through to give you that strength and also that protection around you. But he also wants to say to you as well, Tammy, he wants to say that you need to stand by what you believe, if that makes sense to you. Stand your ground, okay? Don't let others try and influence you one way or the other. Okay, Tammy? That's what he's saying. Just stand your ground and do what you want to do and the way that you want to do it. Okay? That's what he's come through to say to you. He also wants to say to you as well, Tammy, that you were the light of his life. You really were. You brought so much joy and pleasure into his life that he may not have ever seen. And he just wants you to know how grateful he was for that. Okay. And how much he loves you. And also, go girl. All right. So that strength has come to you. Believe in what you want to do. Don't let that waver. Okay. And I'm going to leave his love with you and say thank you for working with me. Thank you. That was lovely. Right. Okay. I think I'm going to pull a card now. Yeah. Let me see who I am drawn to. Let me see. Who am I drawn to? Now, I feel that I need to pull a card for Christine because I've just had Christine's name come into my head, and I can't remember your surname, Christine. I'm just going to scroll up just to see because I know who I've got. Yes, Christine, you. That's great, isn't it? I'm going to pull a card for you, Christine. Okay. Christine Marius. I hope I said that right. I don't know if I did. Probably not. I'm sorry, Christine. So if you could just acknowledge that. Okay. Right, Christine. The card that I've got for you, these are angel cards that I have. So the card I've got for you is a card and it's called Fresh Air. Okay. So I'll show you the card. Then I'll read what it says. Then we'll go from there. Okay. So this beautiful card that I'm useless at this. Sorry, everyone. So this card I've got is of an angel and she's walking along grass, I think it is, because she's got grass behind her. She has a young boy with her as well. And she is dressed in very spiritual colours. You probably can't see it here. Her wings are purple. Her top is purple. We have the green behind her. Okay. And I'm going to read the card, Christine. Oh, I said it correctly. Wonderful. I'm getting better. So, fresh air. Your body needs refreshment from oxygenated air generated by grass, trees, plants, and flowers. Spend time outside, as near to Mother Earth, to Mother Nature's cradle as possible. Open your curtains and windows to refresh your home as well. Right, Christine. What I feel that this card is saying to you is, would you understand with you that you've been feeling, I feel that you've been feeling a little bit hemmed in, and a little bit below par. Would you understand that, Christine? That's the way that this card is making me feel at the moment. For whatever reason, I just feel that you've not been feeling on top of at your best, if you can understand that, Christine. And I feel that you just had a refreshing swim, did you? Right, okay, lovely. But what I want to say is, what this card is saying is that I feel that you need to spend more time on yourself, Christine. Okay, and you need to spend more time, definitely, outside, because I just I just feel that you've not been on top form. Would you understand that, Christine, at all? Because this card is saying that you need to, you need to take a breath. You need to be outside. You need to breathe in some beautiful fresh air. And I feel that you need some upliftment as well, Christine. Would you understand that with this card? I have felt a bit below par, but I'm better now since I was in the sea. Right, okay. Well, this card is saying that you need to do more of this, okay, to sustain the fact that you're feeling better and you're feeling more on top of it, on top of everything. You just need to get more of this. You need to do more swimming. You need to be out in nature. I mean, now is a beautiful time of year. Even if it's not warm, it's a beautiful time of year. Being out in the woods, or if you're lucky enough to have woods near you, just being outside, and also being with like-minded people, as well. That's what I want to say, Christine. I just feel that you're not on top form indeed, right? Okay. I just feel that you need more of this, okay? Because I feel that you are a positive person. And I feel that you're someone as well that, brings a lot of joy to a lot of people. And I just feel a little bit as though you've been sort of closing yourself off a little bit. But now, okay, now you're starting to come out, and that is all these cards are positive cards. So all these cards are positive, and that's what it's saying to you, Christine. Okay, get out there. Okay, do more things, spend time with the people that you love. Okay, and feel good about yourself. We all have our days when we're not 100%. It's being human. It's what we do. Okay. But I sense with you, Christine, that, you're a beautiful person and a beautiful soul. So just keep on doing what you're doing, and you will see and you will grow. Okay, Christine? So I hope that helps. Right, I'm going to pull one more card. Okay, let me see. Right, where am I going to now? Good. I'm glad you did, Christine. Right, Cornelia, I'm going to come to you, Cornelia. I'm drawn to you, Cornelia Dutton. I'm going to pull a card for you, Cornelia. Let me see who I've got, or what I've got. Right, okay. So, Cornelia, the card that I've got for you is a card. It's called Change in Direction. Okay. This is a beautiful card as well. Now, I'll wait to read what this card says, okay, but I'll show you what the card is. So the card is of, can you see that? I don't know if you can, my lighting's terrible. That is a picture of a stork, okay? He's reading a map, change of direction, and there is one baby angel at the top. And then there's also a baby angel. I don't know if you can. Oh yeah, you can see it now because I could actually see it in there. Another baby angel. They're up on the clouds. All right. So let's read this card and see what it says. The changes you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. Okay, you are protected now and in the future. So follow your path to the happy outcome you desire. Right, Cornelia. Would you understand that? Would you understand that recently you have had a change in, I don't want to say, I'm going to say a change in direction, okay? But what I mean is a change in your mindset, okay? And what I also feel with you as well is that this change that is happening for you at the moment, because I do feel that things are changing for you. I don't particularly know in what direction and what way, okay? But I do feel that they are changing for you. And this has come about, I want to say, it's been building up. It's been building up for quite some time, all right? And I feel that it's a shift in you, okay? And it's a shift in you, and also the way that you see things, okay? But also the way that you feel about yourself and things. And I want to say it's a real positive change that's happening to you at the moment, Cornelia. Do you understand that? I just feel as though you have done a lot of work, okay? A lot of work on yourself and on your self-belief. And I just feel with you. You hope so, right? Okay. And I just feel with you that whatever's coming next, whatever's coming or whatever's manifesting now, it is going to be such a shift for you, and it is going to be so positive as well. Do you feel, Cornelia, I'm asking this, do you feel a change, or do you feel a shift within yourself? And I also want to say as well, because I'm going really cold and I'm getting goosebumps, do you feel spirit around you, Cornelia? Do you feel spirit around you? Oh, don't cry, Cornelia. Don't cry. This is positive. This really is positive, okay? But what I just want to say is, I don't know, you feel guided. You are being guided. Okay, you are being guided. You are going on, you are going on a journey at the moment. You really are. And it's a journey of discovery. Okay, and it's a journey of discovery for you. I feel with you, Cornelia, for a lot of years, okay, for a lot of years, I feel as though you haven't had the voice and you haven't had the opportunity to speak your voice. That's what I want to say to you. You haven't had the opportunity to speak your voice. Now you can, all right? And what I also want to say with this card, Cornelia, for you, it is only going to get better. Okay, it is only going to get better. All right, that's what I feel with you. And you are blossoming and you are growing and I'm excited for you. Okay, Cornelia, I'm excited for you. I'm going to leave that with you. Okay, Cornelia, I'm going to leave that with you. And I really hope that helps. Lovely. Okay, right. I'm going to go back to the spirit world now. Bear with me. Right, okay. I've got a lady with me. You're welcome, Cornelia. I've got a lady with me, okay, and I feel as though this lady is sister. If she's not sister, she's really close. It's like a really close friend, okay. This lady, she was, I'd say, about between 5'6" and 5'8", something like that. And I feel that this lady would have passed the spirit world with cancer, with a cancer condition. Okay, and I do feel that she passed the spirit world before her time. So I want to say that she would have been, I want to say, in her mid to late 40s, around that time when she passed to the spirit world. Okay, I don't feel it was breast cancer with her. I don't feel that. I do feel it's around the stomach somewhere. I know that's a bit vague, but somewhere in that region, whether it was kidneys or whether it was liver or something, but I don't feel it was breast cancer. Okay, this lady was the life and soul of the party. She really was. She was a really vibrant lady. She was someone who, right, Vicky, you say your sister passed with breast cancer, but she was 44. Can you understand anything else that I've said about her? I also want to say, like, she was the life and soul of the party. You know, she was someone who loved to go out, loved to dress up, loved to spend time with her friends. And I also feel as well that she could be a little bit on the wild side. Can you understand that, Vicky, with your sister? Can you understand everything else that I've just said? Because I do feel these are quite important factors about her. She was a party person, right? Okay. And would you also understand with her, Vicky, that you and her would have you could have got into trouble a few times, because I feel that, yeah, I do feel that I'm with you, Vicky, so I'm going to work with you if that's okay. All right. So yeah, so I do feel, as I say, she was the life and soul She loved a good party, and she loved a drink, you know. And she just had this vibrant energy about her. Okay, she really did. She was always 95 miles an hour. Whether she was doing day to day, whether she was going out, and she always and I want to say, so what I'm seeing at the moment is I'm seeing the bedroom, Vicky. Okay, I'm seeing a bedroom, and in that bedroom, I can see a mirror, and I can see the pair of you. I think I can see two people. Anyway, I can see the pair of you, just sitting there, experimenting with makeup as well, and with clothes as well. I feel that you and her would have swapped clothes, and I also feel with her as well that she was a little bit out there as well. She liked to shock. That's what I want to say. And she certainly did that. That's what I want to say about her as well. And I just want to say that you had such good times together. You really did. You went out and you did things. It was never just sort of like, she was more than happy with a natter, you know, just like a natter. But I also want to say with her as well that she liked to go and do things, and you and her did things together. I want to say that she saw quite a lot of the world. I don't necessarily mean the whole world, but what I do mean is that she went out and she did a lot of things. Okay. She used to take your clothes without asking, did she? Right. Okay. Well, you definitely swapped. And I also want to say as well that she was quite beautiful, but she didn't really sort of realize it, is what I want to say. She always looked lovely, and I do feel with her that she would have liked to have worn makeup as well, but not an enormous amount, and she would do her hair, but she was stunning. She really was. And I want to say that she would have turned the eyes. I would say that she had a lot of admirers, if you would understand that. Okay. A lot of admirers. And it was quite fun as well, because you and her would have quite a laugh with each other, about boys. Because I do I do feel, I want to say about her, Vicky, that she was more interested in having fun with you and her friends than she was about having a relationship. That was what she. And I also want to say with her as well, she was really independent as well, and she was bright. She was bright as well. And you say that she loved the outdoors. I feel with her that she loved to be out, with nature. And what I mean by that, it could be out in the garden, or it could be out on walks, or just out on a. Did you ever right, okay. Do you have a memory at all of you and her going out near the river, or a river, and sitting by the river, sort of eating sandwiches and having a drink? That's what I want to say. Can you understand that at all? It's definitely by the river. I can see a willow, like the willow trees that grow over, into the rivers, don't they? So I can see that as well. I don't know if you can understand that, but that's what I'm giving you that. And I also want to say as well, Vicky, that when she was diagnosed, with her condition, it was a shock to everybody, of course. But she showed that determination to carry on and to live her best life and to make as many memories. Oh, thank you, Vicky. Thank you for validating that. That's great. And, you know, she was just a trooper. She really was a trooper. I've got to say that for her. And you were all in awe of her, Vicky. That's what I want to say. You were all in awe of her. And she fought right up until the end. She really did. She did. There was that positivity within her right up until she passed to the spirit world. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the reason why she has come through to see you. Okay. She has come through with such an enormous amount of love for you, Vicky. Okay. Enormous amount. She wants to say to you, Vicky, she wants to say to you, thank you so much for being a part of my life. Okay, for being a part of our lives. She's saying the journey that you and I went on, she said, was amazing. You were a sister to me, she says. And she also says that you didn't realize that you were her strength. Okay, you were her strength when she needed you, as she was your strength when you needed her. She's saying she was so grateful to have you in her life, and she was so grateful to make all of those memories with you. Okay. She also wants to say that the way that you rallied round her, okay, the way that you rallied round her and supported her when she needed you, that she will never forget. Okay, never forget. You know she's at peace now. She's on her next journey. Okay, Vicky. But she just wants you to know how much she loved you and also how much she still loves you. Okay. She wants me to give to you. Okay. She's given me a beautiful bunch of, I think they're freesias. I don't know if you know what freesias are. I had them in my wedding bouquet, but she's given you these beautiful freesias, and they're all beautiful colours, purples, oranges, creams, everything like that. And she said, I'm giving you these because they will light you up. Okay. And they're given with such love. Okay, Vicky. And I just want to say that, yeah, she was a beautiful lady. All right. And thank you for working with me. Okay. So, right, I've got 4 minutes, so I'm gonna pull a card quickly. Let us see who I'm drawn to. Freesias were her favourite. That's why she's given them to you then, Vicky. Lovely. Okay. Now, okay, Michelle Graham. Michelle, I'm drawn to you, so I'm going to pull a card for you. So if you could just acknowledge, please, and then I will read this card. So the card I've got for you, Michelle, is a card called Family. Okay, and there's angels on there. There's a child a child angel. She's in green, which is a very spiritual color. You've got the mother with a baby, and you've also got two other children as well. And there's beautiful bright light behind them. Okay, so I'm going to read this card and then we'll go from there. Okay, so this situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within the situation and allow yourself to feel peace. Okay, Michelle, would you understand that there will have been would you understand that there's just been a little bit of conflict at the moment? Or there's been a situation where it's been quite upsetting or a little bit, it's taken you aback. I don't know whether you can understand that, Michelle. And you sort of feel as though you sort of feel a little bit battered and a little bit bruised at the moment. Okay. What this card is saying to you is that I do feel that there are two sides. Your fiance isn't right. Okay, I do feel that there are two sides to this. Okay, I haven't got a lot of time left, so what I want to say to you, Michelle, is you need to find your voice. Okay, you need to speak your truth. All right, you need to say what you want to say, and because you should, and I feel that you do have things to say. I also feel as well, though, with you and with this situation, with the moment with your partner, I also feel that there needs to be a bit of understanding and a bit of love there as well. As hard as it may seem, okay, I do feel that there needs to be a bit of your love given as well, because I feel that that there's a reason. Okay, there's a reason why they are like they are. Okay, but I also feel as well that you need to speak your voice. All right, now I'm going to have to leave that with you. I'm sorry that that's short, Michelle, but really, say your truth. Okay, so I just like to say, everyone, thank you ever so much. It's been lovely seeing you, getting round to you. I'm sorry I didn't get round to all of you. I am back tomorrow night as well, but at a different time tomorrow night. So have a lovely weekend and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.